All right, this is Lysandra back with you from Luscious Lash. I'm going to show you how we properly drape our client for her eyelash extension service. And this is just a basic draping. Usually after consulting and after their lash bath, which I'm not going to reveal on here, I take them on back to wherever my table is. I cover them up with a blanket. I really suggest investing in a neck pillow. That really helps the client to hold their head back because 9 times out of 10, they're going to be sleeping the majority of your service. Getting your eyelash extensions done is very, very relaxing. It's soothing. This is a disposable headband. It comes wrapped, so it's only a one-time use per client, but I love them because they're so stretchy. So we go on ahead and open these up all the way. You can get these on Amazon. You can get these a little bit of everywhere. And this is what I like to do with this. I like to pin all of their hair out of the way. And these are great because they're Velcro on one end. They're not too tight, not too snug. I don't cover all the way to their eyebrows, but I just pretty much leave it right there. So another thing that I do is I take a little piece of double-sided tape and I put it right across the headband, right where I put that flap. And I'm going to show you why. This is my silicone Wonder Baby that I was showing you before. And I stick it right on top of double-sided tape. Okay, so there's nothing on her skin as of yet. Reason being why I do it this way is because she can take her iPads off. If there's an emergency, she has to go to the bathroom all of a sudden, this just comes right off and she's free to go. Plus, you don't want anybody taking your lashes away with them, especially not before you've used them. So then, I have my little cup that I was showing you before. I can put 2 droplets of glue. You should use a droplet once every 30 minutes. And then I love these and how they are divoted on the side because of my handmade fans. That's exactly where I place them once I make them. It makes it go a lot faster. So then I have my little sticky dot. Comes also wrapped in a sterilized package. We throw this away. We do not reuse this. So it's kind of sticky on both sides. You can feel free to use double-sided tape. I prefer to stick it right on my pad because right after I'm done making my fan, and these are classic extensions again, I just take them and stick them right here and then I pull them off and use them as I need them. So that's a really ingenious invention right there. The next thing that I use is my iPads. So these come sterilized, branded in the signature color. So typically I have them look out when I place these down because if they're looking too far up, that causes me to almost put it directly near their eyeball. These come kind of wet, and what they do is they also do a little service for puffiness as well. So they hold down the lower set of eyelashes or your bottom lashes. We don't want any air bubbles. We smooth that all the way down. That goes right underneath on her bottom lashes. You want to be careful not to put them too close to their actual eyeball. These are just to stick down the lashes. So if this was an actual person, this would not be very close to, it would be close to her lash line, maybe 2 millimeters away from her lash line. Because if she's blinking, she might, I don't recommend working on people that have had caffeine in their system, but sometimes it can't be helped. Sometimes people just, their eyes flutter anyway, and we have to work around that as professionals. So that's why I don't put that very close, because if it touches their eyeball, she's going to be saying, there's something in my eye the entire time. So I'm going to take these little fake lashes, that these are for training. And there's actually a little space that comes on your practice doll head. She's been blessed with a lot of little glue dot freckles. So that's what those are. I guarantee you that she's a clean doll head. And if I can get this, glue it right on that little divot. Sometimes I even take the back of the tweezer and just kind of smooth it. I don't want to put my finger too close to her eyeball. And she is almost ready. This is how tedious this becomes when you're attaching these. Sometimes in this little corner it likes to pop up. So I have a little piece of foam tape here. And I stick that to my tray that's right next to my right hand. This is medical grade paper tape. And I love this because you can tear it. Sometimes if you have protruding cheekbones like I do, it's good just to tape that down at the bottom. And then we have medical tape that you can almost keep a stitch closed with. If you've ever had a paper cut, you need to keep your Band-Aid on. That's what kind of cloth tape that is. I'm not sure if my focus is very good, if you could see that. But with cloth tape, sometimes people get irritated because of these gel pads. They're infused with aloe and a little bit of vitamin E. They also decrease the puffiness. But sometimes when people blink and their eyes water, it kind of intermingles and transfers with the pad. So that's why you don't want to put it too close. Sometimes these just irritate people all the way around. You need to have an assortment of tape to make sure that you can accommodate every person. Because if not, you're not going to be able to do their service. It's irritating all the way around. And so we want to make sure that we can accommodate every person. Now, the next thing that we do is our lash mapping. So during your consultation, it's very, very important that you know we start a direct line in the middle of the eye. And typically, I do not apply lashes, and it's a general rule of thumb, and you'll see this in your manual as well that you'll receive in my training. You don't want to apply lashes that are up to 2 millimeters longer than the person's natural lash. So when we go through the millimeters and everything, this is how we're going to measure. I put a line, if she opens her eye and it's right after her iris where her eye has color, that's where I put a line. And then about 4 or 5 millimeters in, we don't typically touch the lashes that are closest to the nose, because once her eyes are closed, that's going to tickle the inside of the bridge of her nose. And if she wears glasses, we have to consider that as well. But this is how we would map for lashes. So we know which numbers to stay on the inside. So you can do 9, 10, 11. If she's doing something natural. This is just an example. I always have a Sharpie on me just to make sure that I can really see the mapping.